Welcome to Pop Cult, where we talk reality TV, celebrity chaos, and pop culture throwbacks.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Pop Cult. We're your hosts. I'm Julia.
And I'm Avery.
And we post 2 episodes every single week. Tuesdays are for a reality digest where we talk about last week's reality chaos. And Thursdays are for our fame files where we talk about past pop culture events or just anything we want, to be honest.
Totally.
Yep. And today is another fame file.
Yes.
For your listening pleasure instead of viewing because you can't see us. Sorry.
Totally. Like, honestly, petition to make podcasts an auditory medium again. Because why has Netflix picked up all of these podcasts for video format?
Oh yeah, I don't really get that.
It's kind of annoying to me.
I have never transitioned into a visual podcast situation. Like, I still listen to all of my podcasts, like, in my car, no screen.
Yeah, sometimes I'll watch if I'm, like, working from home, but it's only because Spotify, like, doesn't work on my TV.
Really?
So I don't have another
choice. You can't just, like, low-key, like, AirPlay it?
No, I know it's annoying. But, yeah, you're never going to see our faces, so get used to it.
Unless they get paid a lot of money.
Even
then we
then,
can talk
I still
about
don't
it.
know if I would. But today we're doing part 2 of Where Are They Now? Bachelor in Paradise edition. This is our second, like, part 2 type episode, which is kind of fun. The first one was YouTube beauty influencer scandals. But this episode is probably going to be a little bit shorter because the couples in part 2 just don't have as much going on. I gotta be honest. They're newer couples, like, not newer in the sense, like, they've all been together for 5+ years at this point, but, like, the ones that we did in part 1, they all met in, like, 2016, 2017. So
Got it.
it's just been a bit further out. But we're going to be talking about 4 couples today. We are going to talk about Grocery Store Joe and Serena Pitt. We're going to talk about Hannah G and Dylan Barber.
Love them.
Becca Kufrin and Thomas.
Weird.
And Noah Erb and Abigail Herringer.
I don't know who those are. Oh, wait. I think I know Noah.
I think you'll know who they are. But we're going to start with Hannah and Dylan because they actually were the first of the 3 couples in this lineup, which doesn't seem right to me, but it is.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So Hannah, well, you know who they are, right?
Yeah, Hannah. I follow both of them on Instagram, like, to this day. I love them.
Yeah, I don't think I follow either of them, but I do like whenever Hannah's slime videos pop up on my For You page on TikTok.
That's funny.
It's just funny, like, the way that she plays with slime. It's, like, just hilarious to me. So Hannah was on Colton Underwood. Dun dun dun.
Ugh.
Red alert. Colton Underwood.
She made it far, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. I think she was in the final 4. She was there when he jumped the fence. Like, she was still a contestant in that episode.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Dylan was actually on Hannah Brown's season, which is funny because Hannah came from Colton's season as well.
Yeah. They're all connected.
Yeah. But the 2 of them met on season 6 of Bachelor in Paradise. I don't know if you remember this, but their relationship was, like, not a smooth start.
Like, how it came across was that, like, she had no interest in him.
I'm so glad you said that.
In love with her, but she, like, could not pick between him and, like, some other guy. But I don't remember who the guy was.
Oh, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
I'm so glad you said that because that's exactly how I remembered it too. Like, I just remember feeling like she wasn't interested in him at all, but it was like a proper love triangle with Hannah at the center between Dylan and Blake Hortzman.
Blake! I remember.
Yes. He was Becca Kufrin's runner-up. And I feel like he got a really, like, good guy edit on Becca's season, but
I think he did because, like, Garrett was, like, turned out to be sucky.
But that was, like, years later.
Really?
Yeah. Like, Garrett didn't turn out, like, they were engaged for, like, a year, at least, before she and Garrett broke up. I feel like the reason that Blake was kind of, like, painted in a better light than Garrett was honestly just because, like, Garrett just wasn't entertaining to watch.
Okay.
And Blake was very charismatic, like, just really came off as, like, this really good guy. But everyone was upset when Becca and Blake didn't end up together, if I remember correctly. But yeah, back to Hannah and Dylan and Blake. This was, like, a very dramatic scenario. Honestly, I agree with you.
I remember her like sobbing in a pool.
Yeah, and like
that a
there was
thing?
a lot of crying, and Dylan was broken up about it, and it was just kind of giving pick me a little bit. He was, I don't know. I agree with you though. Like I remember always thinking that she was way more interested in Blake. Like that's basically who she came to the beach to meet.
Yeah.
But he also was involved in quite a bit of drama because this was kind of when his like good guy facade sort of started to crack, I think. Two women came down to the beach looking for him because he had relations with them at Stagecoach prior to the show, literally like a day apart from each other.
Tea.
Yeah. Those two women were Kaylin Miller Keys.
Oh my god. Forgot about that.
Yeah. And the other one, her name was Christina Schulman. I feel like I remember her, but like I don't really remember that much about her. Like she definitely kind of like wasn't super relevant post Bachelor, at least in the reality TV space, like Kaylin was.
This bitch is married.
Christina?
Blake.
Oh my god, yeah, he's Julia, he was at the Love is Blind reunion because he's married
My god, you're so right.
to Giannina.
Yeah, no, I was there. I'm not.
Yeah.
I forgot.
And they have a kid together. Crazy. Isn't that so crazy?
Yep, sure is.
I'm pretty sure he's a DJ now too.
Aren't they always?
Aren't they always? Okay, Kyle Cook. Anyway, Dylan tells Hannah that he wants to date her, and then she ends up kissing Blake at one point, so he's like super upset. But then, long story short, she ends up choosing Dylan in the end at the second rose ceremony of Paradise. And after that, the two of them end up getting
threw
engaged.
everyone for a loop, right?
Yes, it did. It did, because she never really seemed to like him that much. And I kind of feel like it was a slow burn for her, probably. But they did end up getting engaged in the season finale.
Yeah, and they took forever to get married.
They did. I thought that this was kind of nice, so I wanted to put this in here. She once said, like in an interview, I think, that the reason that she fell for him is because his words and actions lined up. Isn't that nice?
The bare minimum.
I'm over here like, oh my god, what a nice thing to say. I'm dead.
Is it not?
You're so right. It is. You're right.
Thank you.
You're right. I'm not disagreeing with you there. So enter kind of what you're talking about. February 2020, they have their engagement party in the Hollywood Hills in LA, and they were also doing long distance at that point, like kind of. He was in San Diego and she was in LA. Honestly, I don't really know how far away those two places are from one another, to be candid. You?
Maybe like 3 hours.
Let's look it up, because now I'm curious.
I don't think they're that far. This is off of no basis, just so you know.
2 hours, so not that far. Anyway.
That's medium distance.
True. That's like short, long distance. But either way, they basically said that they were taking their time to decide where to move because, quote, we don't want to have any undercover or deep-rooted resentment or something for making a decision too early about where we're going to be.
I mean, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think it's like makes sense. I feel like it's like a little bit dramatic. Like you can always move back. But I do get what they're saying. Like I do think that a lot of times in long distance relationships, people will compromise just because they want to be near their partner. And then they're like, wait, I actually hate it here.
Okay.
And like it would have been better for them to even just choose a third location that wasn't either of the places where they had been living. But shortly after this, COVID hits. So I'm assuming that that's probably the reason why their wedding was postponed for so long, like you were saying. But around this time, they did buy their first house together in San Diego. So she ends up leaving LA and moving to San Diego with him.
Good choice. They have a great zoo.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, San Diego.
Okay, period. She also actually mentioned at one point that the reason that they had postponed their wedding for so long is so they could buy a house. She was like, those are two big expenses. Like we couldn't do both at the same time. Moving on to 2021. So something that I didn't realize about him is that he's like a tech entrepreneur. Honestly, like it's kind of giving Billy McFarland, but not in a scammy way. Like I think he's been involved in the development of several platforms and apps, and I think he helped her create an app that she released in 2021 called SETI. It's some kind of video editing app, but I don't really know if it's still a thing. Women in STEM. Fast forward to January 2023, they announced that they had set a wedding date finally, and later that year in August, they got married in France.
A destination wedding.
A destination wedding. And she actually did say that also that he proposed to her for a second time since their first engagement was so long ago.
Cute.
Yeah. So there was like an interesting guest at their wedding. Do you have like any? You're not going to guess it, but I'm just curious if you have any.
If I have any guesses?
Yeah.
For like one
It is
particular guest?
for one particular. It is somebody that you know.
Personally?
No.
Sad. Can I have like, is it like a Bravo person?
Netflix reality show person. It is a man,
And from a Netflix reality show.
and he is bald.
I have no idea.
He may be short.
Oh, Jason?
Jason Oppenheim was at their wedding.
Hell yeah. I can't believe I got that.
I mean, I did give you 4 hints, but
You did, yeah. You gave me a lot of hints, but
I wanted you to get there.
I'm proud I got there.
How freaking funny is that?
That's hilarious. How does he know them?
I don't know. I mean, she used to live in LA, like maybe they met that way, but I just thought that was hilarious. Wait, I have a funny story about Jason Oppenheim actually. So when your mom first started watching Selling Sunset,
Got it.
I was talking to her about it, and she didn't realize that they were twins. Like she didn't realize there was 2 of them.
What? Don't they appear in scenes together?
Yes, I remember being like, she was talking about, she was like, oh yeah, the guy, the little short bald guy that like owns the brokerage, and I was like, oh, which one? And she was like,
She's like, what?
she was like, there's 2 of them.
She's funny. She's funny.
Oh, that cracked me up. Anyway,
It's because she's on her phone when she watches all of TV.
yeah, me too.
Me too. Same.
Shots fired, Amy. But yeah, I thought that was so funny that he was at their wedding. Anyway,
I'm Googling it. I need to see him there.
Oh,
he posted it on his story.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Jason. Maybe we should do a celebrity deep dive on him.
He's everywhere.
That could be fun. He's everywhere and nowhere all at once.
Same.
I actually do think I want to do a celebrity deep dive on him because I want to talk about how he dates every single real estate agent that he hires at his brokerage.
I want to know how he gets them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to answer that question.
Yeah, but I feel like if we like go into it enough, we can get somewhere.
Maybe. So they've honestly, like, I feel like they've kind of separated themselves from the Bachelor franchise, although in 2021, backing up a little bit, Dylan did take some shots at Bachelor production on Twitter. Also note that both of them made it pretty far in their respective Bachelor seasons. I kind of do think that there's probably some validity to this, just considering like his experience with production. So his first tweet read, quote, "Cancel ABC and The Bachelor. Kinda want to air out their dirty laundry. Mom got me riled up. Ask away." So now he's like initiated this Q&A via Twitter, and these were some of the questions and answers. Question: who from your season do you feel got the most screwed over by production? His response: Jed.
From Hannah's season?
Yes.
The guy who just wanted to promote his music?
Yes. Hannah Brown's winner, which for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, we'll do an episode on them, but like basically he became the guy who really wasn't there for the right reasons, and then he ended up winning the season.
He had been like, he was dating like his like ex up until the day before he like left for Hannah's season.
Yeah.
Just like someone else we know. But
and so then period. So then sorry. Yeah, you're right. Which begs the question. Anyway, never mind. We're not getting into that. Another question. Are you saying he didn't cheat on Hannah? Dylan's response: yes.
How does he know that?
Dude, I think they're friends. He also said that the producers have nearly all control over who is eliminated each week, and that Chris Harrison also helped create drama on the show.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Like, obviously.
Like, when it gets down to, like, final 5, yeah, they have the choice. But, like, until then, they're like, I don't care.
Right, exactly. And they also already know pretty much who their final, probably 5 or 6 are from night 1. At the very least, night 2. They know who they're not. The people that they're sending home on night 1 are the people that they're not attracted to. Or that they didn't get to talk to. Like, that's just clear. He also said about production, quote, "They need you until they don't. Each person is a pawn in a larger scheme. They do not have contestants' best interest in mind. Mental health is not a concern."
That also does not surprise me.
Again, unsurprising. Thank you. Like, I feel like he felt that he was like mic dropping here. Like, we don't watch because we care that production cares about y'all. Respectfully. Anyway, most recently though, in January of this year, you're gonna laugh at this, Dylan posted a TikTok.
January of 2026.
Correct.
Huh.
Of 2026, Dylan posted a TikTok of he and Hannah watching Traitors, the season of Traitors that we did cover. And the text on screen read, quote, "Watching my wife's reaction when her ex comes on the screen."
Who the fuck is her ex?
Colton.
Oh,
I knew
He's
it would
so-
take you a second.
He's so irrelevant to me. It's like,
Period. The caption, he captioned it. The only thing he captioned it was banish. And then very recently, in March of this year, Netflix announced that Hannah is going to join the cast of Celebrity Squid Games.
what is that?
I think it's just like a Netflix game show.
Oh, I'm afraid of that.
I know.
Why do I feel like they all die? Isn't Squid Games like a movie?
I think it is, and it's like a really morbid premise, but then Netflix made it like an actual game show. Obviously, like they don't die, but she's joining it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Like maybe we'll give it a watch and just like talk about it briefly to see what the vibes are.
Got it.
But yeah, that's pretty much what they're up to. Definitely
Yeah.
both of them are still heavy on the influencer. It's crazy how this show will literally just create someone into an influencer for the rest of their life. Like
Yeah,
with
they
very
set them up
minimal effort.
literally for life.
Yeah.
If they get a good edit, they literally basically pick who gets to become famous.
Totally. And even the people who are the villain, like typically they also become influencers. So it's just crazy. Okay, so that is them. They're like technically the oldest couple in terms of like when they met. All the other three couples all met in the same year. So who do you want in the same season? So who do you want to do next?
Let's do Becca.
Okay, my favorite. So as we all know, because everybody here listened to our Bachelor Scandals episode, Becca was the Bachelorette after Ari Lyondike's season, after he ambushed her and dumped her on national television. Evil man. Not really. I actually think he's like a nice guy, but I'll never forgive him for that.
Well, they're starting a war with Alex Cooper, but that's for another day.
I know. It's crazy. I don't even really know what to think about all that. But what we've not talked about is that she actually, had her own season. She was engaged at the end of her season. And, by and large, her Bachelorette season was successful for the time being until her engagement ended. After that is when she actually went on Bachelor in Paradise season 7. I believe she was the first Bachelorette to go on Paradise.
Really?
Like,
Okay.
I think she was the first lead.
So interesting.
But I also remember her walking in and all of the women that were already there being so intimidated because
I'd be intimidated.
yeah,
A lead just walked into my room.
exactly. And she's a beautiful woman on TV. I've also heard that she in person is just like the most striking human being. Like she's
I can
just
believe
drop
that,
dead
yeah.
gorgeous, which I could totally see. I mean, she's beautiful on TV too, but I'm sure in person she's even prettier. But this is where she met her, spoiler alert, now husband, Thomas Jacobs. Do you know who Thomas is?
No, I think he was the villain on whatever season he was on.
Yeah, so he was on Katie Thurston's season of The Bachelorette, and he actually did get the villain edit. I think it was because it was like a not there for the right reasons type thing. Like I want to say he mentioned something about like, yeah, well if it doesn't work out with Katie, like it would be super sick to be the Bachelor, which all of them are thinking.
All of them think that.
Yeah. But he, said it out loud and
Yeah.
he got in trouble for it. But I do remember Becca saying after everything, like, knowing him as a person, the fact that they gave him the villain edit just goes to show to me that like they had no drama on that season because he's just like the best human being.
Mhm.
Anyway, ultimately I do think that they brought him on Bachelor in Paradise to perpetuate that villain edit, but I just think he really redeemed himself and kind of proved that Katie and the producers made the whole thing really overblown. And you can't, like, yes, people can get a bad edit, but like at the end of the day they say the things that they say, so some of it's on you. But I think the fact that he didn't get a bad edit on Paradise to me goes to show that he actually probably is a good guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he and Becca had a pretty strong relationship on Paradise, but they actually ended up breaking up at the end and leaving the Mexico separately. She broke up with him, and I remember him being like really upset and crying and stuff. And what she said to him was, quote, "I feel like you're so good at being supportive and positive and surprising me in all the best ways, but I feel like sometimes it's too good to be true, and that scares me. I've been here twice now before, and I couldn't leave here and feel okay about leaving with somebody that I don't 100% fully know."
I think that's fair. She's like, she has trauma.
Yeah, totally. Like, she's like, I don't want to get engaged for a third time on this show and have it end. Like, I get that. Cough, cough, Nick Vile. Anyway, obviously they did end up getting back together post-show, which was revealed at the end of the finale of that season. So they start dating and they got engaged in May 2022. But the kicker is that she actually proposed to him. He captioned his engagement photo, quote, The ultimate Uno reverse card / power move. You keep me on my toes for a lifetime. Has a great ring to it. Cheers to forever, boops. Hashtag fiance.
Boobs.
Boops. It's giving millennial.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Boobs.
Later that year in October 2022, he did also propose to her as well. I would love to know like why she decided to propose to him.
I think it's because like it could finally be her decision.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. In July of that same year, they bought their first home together, and then in October 2023, she gave birth to their first child, a boy, which they named Benson. Benson Boone.
Yeah, I was about to say, okay.
Nice. All I could ever think about is that song. Ice cream. It's funny. They got married that same month at the courthouse, which I think is cute and kind of fitting for her. Like, she never really struck me as someone who would have like this big wedding.
I think she was also pregnant, was she not?
She had just had the baby when they got married at the
Aw.
courthouse. I also do think that she's a bit older, isn't she? Like, I remember her being like,
Yeah, she's like definitely pushing 40.
yeah, at
If
this
she's not
point,
already.
Yeah, I feel like when she was the Bachelorette, she was in her 30s.
Yeah.
Which, to be clear, is not old, but the Bachelor franchise loves to cast 24-year-old leads, and it's really stupid. In 2024, they either moved to San Diego or just bought a new house in San Diego. And just recently, in April 2026, they had their second son. His name is
I didn't know
Steven.
they had two. That's cute.
Yeah, just last month. Literally in April.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. I know. 2 boys. I do think it's kind of funny that their first son is named Benson and their second son is Steven. Like, I don't know why. Like, Steven just to me feels like such an average name, and like Benson is kind of a cool name.
Not a fan of either, but not my kid. Not my kid.
Fair enough.
I'm sure he's cute.
I don't think either of them are bad names. It's just like, I definitely thought that they would go for something like celebrity unique, you know?
Yeah.
But do you? It's probably a family name. And honestly, I feel like they've lived a really normal life since. Like, I don't really have that much more to say about them.
Fun. Glad they're doing well.
I'm a fan of her. She's like one of the only Bachelor people that I still follow.
I think I follow her. Well, maybe I don't because I didn't know about a second baby.
So cute. So yeah, that's Becca and Thomas. Okay, Noah and Abigail or Joe and Serena?
Joe and Serena.
Okay, I was hoping you'd say that. Just to preface, like, I'm not like a huge fan of either of them, to be honest.
Of Joe or Serena?
Yeah.
Joe is from Hannah's season?
Joe was actually on Becca's season.
Okay, right.
Of Bachelor. He was Grocery Store Joe.
Yeah.
And remember, everybody was like, oh my, he literally got sent home night 1. And everyone was like, how could you send home Grocery Store Joe? And she's like, I didn't talk to him.
She's like, who?
Yeah, and then that's when they brought him actually on the 5th season of Bachelor in Paradise. So he was on a season prior to meeting Serena on season 7. Serena was on Matt James' season of The Bachelor, and she made it really far. I think she was maybe in his final 3.
Oh, sick. Okay.
If I remember correctly. They coupled up. So then both of them, Joe and Serena, both go on season 7 of Bachelor in Paradise. They coupled up pretty early and were really pretty locked in from the very beginning. The thing about them is that they have a pretty significant age gap. I don't know if you remember this.
No.
They are 11 years apart. And she was like 22 or 23 when she was on Matt's season. So she was probably like at most 24 by the time she was on Bachelor in Paradise.
Okay.
The thing with their relationship was that on season 5 of Bachelor in Paradise, when Joe was on it for the first time, he actually ended up in a relationship with a woman named Kendall Long, who was a taxidermist.
Yep, I remember.
Do you remember her?
Yeah.
I knew you would if I said that. They like felt like a really good match because they were both kind of quirky, but ultimately like their relationship just didn't end up working out and they broke up, I think, pretty shortly before Bachelor in Paradise season 7, where he met Serena. So on season 7, of course, the producers bring in Kendall, even though it was very clear that Joe and Serena were a strong couple. So they bring her in basically to embarrass her, but also I think to maybe try and make Joe waver a little bit. It didn't work, and she ended up leaving when she realized that Joe and Serena were pretty serious.
Okay.
But she actually did return in the finale episode, which, spoiler alert, is where Joe proposes to Serena. So she comes back in the finale to have a conversation with Joe, and basically she was just saying, like, I ended up coming, like, I came here because I wanted to closure. And I feel like I got that, and I'm really excited for you and Serena.
Oh, Kurt. Well, that's kind.
Really awkward. Like, she definitely did not come up with that idea on her own. Like, the
No.
producers definitely forced her to do that.
Definitely not.
Yeah. And I just remember it being kind of like, it just felt a little bit mean because they did date. They were in an actual relationship.
I feel like they dated for a long time.
I kind of feel like they did too. Yeah, I think you're right. But it also just puts Serena in an awkward position too, like his ex-girlfriend. But she actually, after the show, spoke about it publicly a little bit. She said in I think a podcast once, quote, "Joe and I were lucky enough to have time before she arrived to build a foundation for our relationship. And in that time, we were able to discuss our past relationships and what we had been through." So I guess she knew all the details already. That's why it didn't frazzle her. During the finale, like I said, he proposed and she said yes. They got married at the courthouse in New York City in 2022. They eloped. I can't remember if I said that already.
Yeah.
And another former Bachelor contestant was actually their witness. Her name is Natasha Parker. I don't know if you'll know who she is.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't remember whose season she was on. And she was on Bachelor in Paradise, I know, at least once, but it was not successful for her.
Okay.
Anyway, I remember always liking her though. But yeah, so she was a witness to their wedding. A year later, I think this is like part of the reason that I don't like them, because like it just feels kind of obnoxious. A year later, they got married again in September of 2023.
Why?
With a full-on ceremony and reception in Charleston, actually. And they announced that with, I'm assuming, an Instagram post with the caption, quote, "We can't wait to celebrate with all our family and friends next year at our wedding. Because who doesn't want to marry the love of their life twice?"
Okay. Go away. I don't know.
Like, I guess I get having a reception because they eloped. I don't know. It just feels like a lot to me. Like, that's just, those types of things get on my nerves, but it's not like that big of a deal. And Wells Adams actually officiated the ceremony.
That's cute.
Yeah, he's always in the mix somehow.
Yeah, everywhere.
And like also somehow married to Sarah Hyland, which will never make sense to me.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Like, how did they meet? You know, I just don't get it. Anyway, when they eloped in 2022, there were, of course, pregnancy rumors flying. They were obviously not true, and they still do not have kids up to this point, like in present day 2026. For a while, they had hosted the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast, which was basically the Bachelor franchise's official main podcast, where they would bring in, you know, leads and contestants from the current seasons that were running. And I feel like they hosted it for like a few years. But this year in January 2026, they announced that they would be leaving as the host of Bachelor Happy Hour. With the quote, "It just felt like the right time for us to close the door on this chapter."
Okay.
If I had to guess, I feel like they probably just got tired of doing it. Like,
yeah, probably.
The franchise is just not doing well. I feel like they probably were just like, this isn't fun anymore. They then announced the new hosts of the show, which are former Bachelorettes Rachel Recchia and Charity Lawson. And shortly after announcing their leave, they announced their new podcast, which premiered March 12th, called Not Married to This, which I don't understand that title.
Not married to this. I don't know.
I don't get it.
Like I'm okay with something changing? I don't know.
Or like, yeah, I guess like, we're not married to that. Like, we're okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point. Anyway, it's under the Unwell Network, which I think is hilarious.
Great, yeah.
I have heard that Alex Cooper is pretty notorious for making everybody with a podcast like an offer at like an extremely low offer. So I kind of wonder if that's what happened here.
Maybe.
Anyway, Alex Cooper said about them, quote, "Serena and Joe have a really fun, thoughtful take on the shows and moments everyone is already talking about. They both bring the fan perspective and their own behind-the-scenes insight, which makes their conversations incredibly entertaining."
Great.
I feel like that's absolute bullshit. I don't think she thinks any of those things. I doubt she even really knows.
I was about to say, do you think she's ever spoken to them?
Like, maybe when they were making the deal, but like, to me, Joe and Serena are not relevant in the sphere of reality TV or influencing outside of The Bachelor.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't really understand, like, do they have, like, if anyone is listening that's also listens to their podcast, please let me know. Am I being a hater? I don't know. I just think that they're, like, not really that interesting.
I didn't even know they had one.
Right. because why would they? To give you a little bit of a synopsis of what they talk about their 11-year age gap, their pop culture takes, relationship advice, and they also do interviews.
Okay.
This is actually interesting, which I think you'll find it interesting also. They apparently mentioned on an episode of their new show that they were actually approached to be on the Summer House spinoff in the city.
Oh, and they said no?
I guess so. Or they decided to not cast them. I think it was more so that, if I remember correctly. She did mention once that they were deciding, like trying to decide where to live between Toronto, Chicago, or New York. I believe that they still live in New York, but that could be a reason why they were not cast. But yeah, I don't know. I just like don't really find either of them to be super compelling. I think that their age gap is a little bit strange, and
I feel like not signing up for in the city is a mistake.
yeah, I'm saying I don't think it was their decision.
Okay.
Like, I think that they probably were interviewed for it and they were like, okay, no. Although, I mean, I don't know. I say all that and then I'm like, well, it would have been interesting to see them on the show because I don't know anything about them now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they seem to be very happy together.
Cute.
So that's Joe and Serena. And lastly, we have Noah and Abigail. Oh, I think you'll know who both of these people are. Noah was on Tayshia's season of The Bachelor. I also think that his older brother was on a season before him.
Does he have like the mustache?
Yes. And I
Yeah.
feel like I remember him kind of getting a villain edit on Tayshia season 2.
Probably.
But I also remember being like, he's kind of cute. So I don't really think he's the villain. Anyway, I was like, I kind of feel like you guys are just jealous of him. Abigail was on Matt James' season of The Bachelor, and she was the show's first deaf contestant.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Did you not watch this season?
I don't think I watched Matt's season.
Okay. The two of them, did you watch season 7 of Bachelor in Paradise?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
Oh, wait, which one is season
Well,
7? I watched
mean-
Hannah and Dylan's season,
Okay, no, that wasn't season 7.
and I have never watched his.
Okay. So the two of them met on season 7 of Bachelor in Paradise, and they had the first one-on-one of the season, Noah and Abigail. From what I remember, I always felt like it seemed like she was more into him than he was her. And like his energy to me always kind of felt like he felt pressure to couple up with her instantly because they got that first one-on-one.
Okay.
Like Abigail is genuinely such a sweet person that I think everyone was really rooting for her to find somebody in Paradise. So I think that that's why the producers gave her that first one-on-one, and so she chose to take him. But yeah, they even broke up at one point during the show, and they left Mexico separately. It was early. Like I don't think it was super early on in the season, but like maybe a couple episodes before the finale. But after filming, they did end up getting back together, which we found out in the update at the end of the finale episode. And by March of 2022, they had moved in together in LA. They were doing long distance before because she was living in New York City. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
And August 2023, they get engaged in San Diego. I don't know what is it with the Bachelor people in San Diego.
I don't know.
Like it's so funny. They all live there or are doing something there.
I guess. It's
And
an up and coming city.
I guess so. People from San Diego, sound off. A year later, in October 2024, they get married. It was not on camera, like it wasn't a televised wedding. She was very clear about not wanting a Bachelor televised wedding, which is fair. Okay, I feel like you'll like this actually. They got married at an art museum in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was like a garden wedding,
Cute.
like outside of an art museum.
Very cute.
It's giving your wedding inspo.
And my wedding is a forest.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It's different.
It's different. Okay, but there were several Bachelor alum there, like Joe and Serena, Becca Kufrin, and also Zach Clark, Tayshia's
Oh,
ex.
yeah.
Yeah.
Were they together at the time, though?
I don't think so. I don't think they were. That was a devastating breakup.
It really was.
They actually ended up moving to Tulsa from LA and bought a house there. I think he is from Tulsa. So that's why they ended up there, because that'd be a
Okay.
really random place to land if either of you were from there. But I think I read an article where she was like someone was asking her why they moved there, and she's like, the cost of living. I wanted to buy a house and I couldn't afford one in LA. I was like,
Fair.
real. So real. Honestly, they're pretty unproblematic as a couple. There was some drama that had to do with Abigail when she was still living in New York. There were rumors that, okay, so we're gonna call back to an old episode. When we did our Bachelor Scandals episode and we talked about when Dale hooked up with somebody while he and Claire were on a break. Do you remember that?
Got it. Yeah.
And I said in the episode that the rumors were that it was with a cast member of Selling the City or Owning
Okay.
Manhattan, one of like the New York
Got
real
it.
estate
Okay.
shows. There were also rumors claiming that it was with Abigail.
Really?
Yes. Basically, are you familiar with Dumois?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. So Dumois broke the story, and they were claiming that the producers did not bring it up on Paradise because she was getting the good girl edit, and they didn't want to mess that up. But she and Dale both lived in New York at the time, and the claim was that she told her friends that she was under the impression that he and Claire weren't serious.
Got it. Okay. When were they ever not serious? But okay.
And when it's like, and when were they ever serious? Like it goes both ways with the two of them. Like they never were and they were all the time at the same time. But Claire, being, chaos on legs that she is, definitely perpetuated this because in September of 2021, she posts on Instagram confirming that she and Dale had broken up, and she tagged Abigail on the photo.
What? On purpose?
Yes.
Definitely on purpose.
With the caption, quote, I hate that I even have to say this, but in response to all of the questions that are coming my way right now, I'm choosing not to speak right now on the details of my relationship because at the end of the day, anyone can put on an act, in all caps,
Oh, whatever.
or throw words together to form any narrative they want.
That's crazy.
Insane. Abigail did untag herself from the post, and that was like end of September 2021. No one else really and no one else involved, like Dale, Abigail, Noah, anyone really commented directly. But at one point in October of that same, like just the next month, Noah posted an Instagram story where I think he was like talking to the camera and he said, quote, so I just checked my phones and I saw some DMs and some spoiler accounts. A lot of interesting stuff swirling around. And Abigail was in the background kind of laughing and Noah captioned the video, quote, a lot of interesting stuff swirling around. It must be spooky season.
Okay.
Very millennial energy. The back and forth on via Instagram. But yeah, I mean, nothing else really came of it. I just thought that was interesting because, like, definitely would not peg her to cheat with somebody if they knew that that person was still in a relationship. Like, I don't think she did that. But also, she and Dale do not seem like a compatible match to me either.
No, not at all.
So that was always kind of strange to me. Anyway, I'm Team Abigail in this instance. Onward and upward. In 2024, she announced via Instagram that she wrote a book called The Deaf Girl, and it appears to be about her experience growing up deaf and also her mom's experience raising two deaf children. I think she and her sister are both deaf.
And the mom is hearing?
I think.
Huh.
So yeah, I thought that was super interesting. Like I kind of want to listen to it. I might see if it's on Spotify. Good for her. I don't know. I mean, lots of Bachelor people have written books. She actually has something valuable to offer with her experience growing up deaf. So I hope it was successful. And then most recently, Noah joined the show Bachelor Mansion Takeover.
Oh my god, with Tyler Cameron.
Yes, I was going to say, have you heard of this show?
Yeah.
I don't even know what, I'm guessing it's on ABC. Like, I don't even know what the show is
idea.
really. But it premiered in March of this year. I basically think that the premise is about Bachelor people renovating the Bachelor Mansion, which seems like pointless to me.
Probably.
And very meta and almost like they're trying to get free labor. Although I'm sure they're paying them to be on the show. But yeah, so that's kind of what they're up to. I'll keep an eye on all of these people's Instagrams just to see if there's any other developments like pregnancies or divorces or anything like that. More shows. But yeah, that is part 2 of Bachelor in Paradise. Where are they now? I want to do another Where Are They Now? Do you have any ideas?
From a different show?
Yeah, from anything.
We could do like a TV show. Like Gossip Girl.
Or like a One Tree Hill.
Or One Tree Hill, yeah.
Like one of those ensemble casts. TV
Yeah.
shows. VPR. Vampire Diaries. Wait, hold on. That's not TVD. VPR is Vanderpump
VPR
Rules.
is Vanderpump Rules.
Oops! I got Vanderpump on the brain. Because I'm about to turn it on after we finish recording this.
LOL.
But yeah, that's it.
Live, laugh, love.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Thanks
everyone.
for listening. Sorry you can't watch. Get over it.
Yeah, I mean you can technically put it on YouTube if you want. You just
That's so fair, and it's just our cute little logo in the back. So
yeah,
it's aesthetic.
Yes, it's aesthetic. It's a vibe. It's pink. Next week is going to be a different week. So we're going to do 2 fame files that week. One is going to come out on regular Thursday. It's going to be a regular fame file. We're going to be talking about the demise of Fifth Harmony.
Oh, heck yeah.
I think this is going to be kind of a funny episode, honestly. And then the other one that we are doing is going to be probably kind of short because I don't really know how much research I'm going to be able to do into this. But we're going to be talking about the origin of the industry plant, which, to be transparent, part of the reason I'm doing this is because I don't really understand what an industry plant is.
I don't think I do either.
And I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about it. So that's what we're going to do on Tuesday instead of our reality digest because we won't be able to watch our shows. Although maybe we will be able to watch them and then we just won't be able to record.
Well, yeah, we won't be able to record because I am still on my only carry-on game.
I just don't think you're going to be able to do
It's
it.
not going to happen, but
honest.
I want it to happen.
I tried to do the same thing for Iceland and it was a big fat flop. And I was stressed, sweating in my apartment, stressed unpacking and repacking, trying to get everything.
I'm going to do my best.
Okay, girl. I won't be bringing a carry-on. Does your flight include a check bag? So then why would you bring a carry-on?
I don't know. I'm just trying it out.
All right. Well, anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. We'll update you all and let you know if Julia was successful with bringing her carry-on.
Well, I saw this thing on TikTok where if you do 9 items, you can make 27 outfits.
Yeah, that would check out.
So it's you have to set it up top, bottom, layer, top, layer, bottom, top. And then any way you go, any corner you go, any tic-tac-toe, whatever, it's an outfit.
Anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. We hope you have a great week.
Bye.
Bye. Do some gossiping for us.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you next week for more pop culture chaos. The stories we cover are based on research and publicly available sources. While we strive for accuracy, some details may be disputed or unverified, and this episode is for entertainment and informational purposes only.